What's going on, guys? This is Friday Night Live. My name is Gary, and we are gonna drink some beers tonight. So I'm super excited to have a brewery that I really haven't had all too often. So straight out of Long Beach, Trademark Brewing Company. Got a bunch of beers from those guys, and I'm really excited to crack into them and taste them. They've been sitting in my fridge all week. I've been eyeing them. Should I grab one? Should I try this? No, let's wait till Friday and do this proper. So why don't you guys hit your beer fridge and pick something out that you've been eyeing. Drink along with me. I can't do this alone. So glad to see some familiar faces in the live today. We got Botman70. What's going on, buddy? B. Einhorn, seen you a few weeks here. Mr. 2020, Jeremiah. I should do the wave here. Mr. 2020, Big Rose Beer. What's going on, Rose? Brewer Britt, how's it going? All right, we got Fernie Pat in the house. We got Alana, what's going on from Trademark? How's it going? Thank you for sending some beers. And Nick Longo, what's going on? All right, man, it's Friday, 7 p.m., time to drink, right? So I'm just gonna get right into it while everyone's kind of joining in. I'm super thirsty. I haven't had a beer all day. I'm ready. It's been a long day. So first up in the lineup for Trademark Brewing, it is their Viking Blonde. Cool little can here. Got a little Viking action. Wearing sunglasses with lightning bolts on him with a braided beard. Oh man, so epic. I'm not usually one to reach for a blonde ale, but it is the only way to start this off because we have some hops coming up after this. All right, let's check this out. So we have a pretty nice kind of light gold, nice crystal clear, lots of carbonation coming up out of the glass. Really nice looking head. It's a small white bubbles, really densely packed, nice and foamy. So a really nice looking pour right here. And so I have some notes here, 5% on this beer. So kicking it off pretty light. And yeah, basically this is a blonde ale that kind of brings in some lime and zesty tart flavors from the hops that they use. I tried looking up what hops are in this. I couldn't find that out. So if anybody does know, drop it in the chat, por favor. But yeah, I mean, from the description, it doesn't sound like your prototypical run-of-the-mill blonde ale. It's limey, it's a little herbal, so let's dig into it and see how it is. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be good. So on the nose, you get that kind of like very familiar, nostalgic, beer-flavored beer smell. You know, nice grain, little sweet malt character. Nice, refreshing. And I am picking up a little bit of that like lime zest. It's a little bit bright. It's not like a one note blonde ale that's just giving you a bunch of like malt sweetness. Yeah, really nice. Okay, let's dig into it. Cheers. Very nice. Yeah, you definitely get a little bit of that like lime, citrus, a little bit of herbal, but it's background. This isn't like a beer where the flavors are just like right in your face, super aggressive, punching you in the mouth. This is balance. And you know, for someone that doesn't drink a lot of blonde ale, it's because I've had my fair share of bad or mediocre blonde ales in the past that kind of sit really sweet on the palate. And this one doesn't do that. There is that malt sweetness that is typical for the style, but it does have a nice freshness from the hop character that's really keeping it light, it's keeping it bright, and it's keeping it interesting. The head is like really nice and rocky at this point. It's kind of cool. All right, missed some comments here. So as always, please drop a comment. Let me know what you're drinking right now. I know not all of you have Trademark. I try to announce the beers that I'm drinking as early as I possibly can every week, just so that you guys might have a chance to like, you know, hit the bottle shop and pick something up. But this time I was just super behind. I posted it like a couple hours ago. But yeah, I want to know what you guys are drinking. So drop a comment. Let me know. Ernie Gunn, what's up? Pops is in the house. Hola. Pello Man, how's it going, buddy? All right. And Ilana, in with the hops here. In with the assist. We have Hallertau, Mittelfru, and Cascade. Very nice. And here we go. Andy Carter, what's going on? Del Dot Beer. We have Conrad's Craft Beers in the house. All right, Mr. 2020 is drinking Highland Park Neon. Fantastic beer. Had one of those a week or two ago. Very delicious. Big Rose drinking Pope Francis Hazy from Central Coast. I have heard great things about Central Coast. Haven't drank much of their beer. B. Einhorn drinking that Smog City Hazy Donut. Pellaman drinking that Hell is nice. Longo's drinking Tyrannicide. Fernie Pad's drinking the Topa Casa Collab. Very good beers. Awesome. I would be jealous, but I have a bunch of good beers here myself. So I'm going to continue the tasting and move right into them. So just kind of wrapping up. Beer number one. This is the Viking Blonde. Really bright, really fresh, delicious drinking blonde ale with a cool Viking can label. All right. Beer number two. Let's do this. We're getting into the hops now. You know, we're not wasting any time here. And yeah, I saw someone comment in a lot lighter this week. Yes, a lot lighter. Last week, I was rewatching the video because I cut the videos into like separate individual videos. And by the end of it, I was definitely getting a little loopy. So yeah, this should be a lot more smooth here. All right, Pops is drinking that Pliny the Elder. Nice. Brewer Britt drinking T Hill Potrero Pale. Nice. Botman drinking that Dual Exposure from AleSmith and Stone. That sounds very interesting. I actually just got a box that has a can of that in earlier today. Interested to try it. Boom Hut Cannon, what's going on? If it's Andres there. Sippin' Brewery X's Battlesnakes Pilsner. Could not recommend more highly. Nice. I really like Brewery X. For the Dad, Trademark, a part of the fire that is Long Beach Brewing. Yes, definitely. What's up, Gordon? How's it going? What's up, Nick? Yes, I should have said a little bit more about Trademark. I really like this brewery, but I haven't had enough of their beer, which is why I'm really excited about this lineup tonight. They opened up in the summer of 2019. Ilana's in the chat, one of the co-owners, with her husband, Stefan, and they have a nice little team there. I believe they have or had Valerie, who used to be at Firestone Walker, brewing for them as well, and really just putting out a lot of different styles of beer with, you know, emphasis on the hoppy stuff because that's what's popular. But I've had a lot of different styles of beer from them and kind of see them putting out a lot of different stuff. Shout out to Saz Queen, where they have a Czech Pilsner that I have just wanted to get so bad. I haven't gotten my hands on it, but I love Czech Pilsners, and that's like the next one on my list. But yeah, Trademark, really, really good. This is a brewery that was built for in person. So the COVID times, like many other breweries, have not been kind to the business model there, like smack dab in downtown Long Beach with a beautiful, massive, open facility. Very kind of like arts district-y. I don't really know Long Beach that well, but they have a big mural. They kind of have the lights, have that patio. Really just cool space. Really, really neat. So I'm pretty sure they're open for like on-site outdoor drinking by now, but they definitely are doing like local delivery, and their beers are more and more. Their beers are getting into cans, and they're getting distributed around Los Angeles. So I'm starting to see them more up here in the valley, whereas a year ago it was pretty rare. So yeah, that's Trademark Brewing. Comment in, let me know if you've had them, what you think. I have had none of these beers before. I've had a couple of their other beers in the past. And just, yeah, really, really good stuff. Really like Trademark. Great branding. I think Nick Longo in the chat here has something to say about that. But yeah, great branding, design, and cool community feel. Very positive vibes from the people that work there, the employees, and the brand overall. So Gotta love that, like a brewery brand that embraces their community. And Trademark, right there, coming in on the chat. Hello, hello. Hook Stratton drinking that Paperbacks Communist Poodles. Nice. I need to do a paperback. Those guys are pumping out beer. Bobby Valdovinos, hello. What's going on, man? Happy Friday. So yeah, for anyone just joining, we are doing a tasting of Trademark Brewing. And beer number 1 was the Viking Blonde. Beer number 2 is City of Heroes, Hazy IPA from Trademark Brewing. Let's see what's on the can. 7%. This is a hazy honoring COVID-19 healthcare heroes and essential workers. On the grain bill, we have 2-row, red wheat, and rolled oats. And on the hops, we have Idaho 7 Cryo, Azaka, and Comet. Tropical and citrus on the can here. And you got that nice kind of homage to the frontline workers. And like I was saying, community is a big piece of what Trademark's all about. So this is a testament to that. And we're gonna crack it open and see what it's all about. Uh-oh, didn't wash my glass very well. Okay. We have a somewhat translucent, it definitely has a haze to it. It doesn't come out very well in the light, but you can see through it a little bit, right? So it's not like one of those big, thick Merc bombs. And carbonation coming up off the bottom. Nice nose. Yeah, got that tropical nose. All right. Bobby Valdovinos, wish I could have a brew this Friday night. Wish you could too, man. This is the time. I wait all week for this. So yeah, if you're talking appearance only, it's a slight haze at the most. But I'm not gonna let that bother me because I don't really give a fuck. And you notice I just skipped the aroma and just went straight in for the taste, which is unlike me, and it's just a testament to how damn thirsty I am. The nose is a little different. You have like kind of that like tart guava, a little bit of like passion fruit funk. The nose is a little bit different. A little bit of lemon peel. So it's bright, but it's got this like earthy funk on it too. Which just reminds me of like passion fruit guava. It's tropical. It kind of smells like there's like salinity. Like it almost has the nose of what a like tart wheat ale, like a Goza or something like that. It's kind of like because I know I'm drinking a hazy, but like it looks like it could be a tart wheat ale and it kind of smells like it could be too, which is really interesting. But on the taste is a completely different story. So this is a beer that I would probably file under the very vague stylistic category of juicy IPA, where it's not, I don't think this is a true hazy. It's a lighter body. Honestly, it drinks with a crispness. It doesn't have that like soft roundness, but it is, low on the bitterness. It does have like high on that like fruit juicy character. It's very tasty. It's very bright. It tastes like tropical fruit juice, but it doesn't drink as kind of soft as a typical hazy would. So I'd kind of file this more under like the juicy IPA category, but who the hell knows with these style definitions, and it's kind of all over the map. So I don't fault them for that. Really nice. It drinks with a dryness too that a lot of hazies don't drink with. This is not a sweet beer. There is that kind of like just typical fruit sweetness, but it dies off really quick and it finishes off really, really dry. This is a beer that is, I don't like to use this word because I think honestly it gets overused by a lot of people, but this is a crushable beer. This is a beer, and you're seeing it in action. I've kind of taken this down in just a few sips. This is a beer that really comes down quickly. It's refreshing. It's crisp. Yeah, and Gordon is talking about a topic that I'm really, really interested in, that West Coast haze versus the East Coast haze, and what's going on with Hazy on the West Coast. I wouldn't really put this beer in that corner, just because it doesn't have the bitterness and it doesn't have the dankness that some of those kind of West Coast hazies have. But it does have certain characteristics. But yeah, it's a really good beer. I really like this beer a lot. I would definitely get it again. It's light, it's bright, it's refreshing, and it's actually really, really tasty. All right, so that was City of Heroes Hazy IPA. That is the COVID, the honoring COVID healthcare heroes and essential workers. I don't know if there's like a fundraiser attached to this, or if that's even possible, but I have the artwork here. Art by June the Goon and Steve Martinez Art. So that's who's doing the illustrations on the can. And yeah, that is Hazy number 1. We're about to get into Hazy number 2. Missing some comments on here. What up, Javi? How's it going, buddy? Do the wave there. All right. CS 3.4. How's it going? Your username is strange. You're drinking Topa Topa Campfire Karaoke, Blueberry Granola Oatmeal Stout. Very interesting. And I'm drinking Trademark. This is the next one here. I'll tell you about that in just a sec. iRover just came from Topa, having a Casa Horace Waltzing Through Paradise. Assuming that's a stout of some kind, a pastry stout, but I'm not sure. Botman saying Long Beach Hazy. Maybe so. I don't know. I don't think I have enough hazies from Long Beach to know, but I'm trying to think of like that probably rings true. Pelaman says most of Trademark's beers are like that, so I'm guessing like lighter, on the lighter, more drinkable side, like the type of beer you want in the sunshine, rather than like around a campfire in the cold. Nick Bartuzik, kind of like Nelson in texture. Gordon Vance, citrus, more so over the unfermentable sugars left in your face. Javi Brews having the blazing world, because Nelson hops all day, every day. I agree, man. I've like come right back up on Nelson over the past few weeks. Liquid Legacy Design, what's going on? Ernie Gunn, I have a beer from Rhode Island for you. Oh, okay. For me? I'll take it. Boom Hut is saying Waltzing Through Paradise, that Casa Horace collab is a barrel-aged barley wine, and it is the shit. Sounds good to me. I had a barley wine last week, and I've kind of had my fill, but I mean, I'm down. Fuck it. So let's move on into beer number 3. Curating beer. I see you. Andrew, I see you. What's going on? All right. Beer number 3. Star Guide. This is another hazy IPA from Trademark Brewing. This one's going to step it up a notch in the ABV department. 8.2%. And let's see what's on the can here. Hopped with Cashmere, Brew One, and Hallertau Blanc with oats, wheat, and pale malts. I'm guessing this is going to have a little bit more thickness to the body. And it says mango and honey. All right, I'm down. So another fun can design from Trademark, and the lighting in here is making it difficult to see. But you got the constellations over the city lights. Looks like Long Beach silhouette in the background. Really cool. Another cool can. All right, so 8.2% hazy, Star Guide. Let's give it a whirl. Let's see if you find the Easter egg. Oh, let's try it. No, I don't. I'm assuming it's in the constellations, but I don't know. That'll take me a while. All right, let's try it. pouring a little bit more murky. Got a nice orange glow here, like yellow-orange glow. I kind of wish you guys could see the view from my end because the lighting really just hits it and it glows really nicely. Nice little head on top. Yeah, just really nice looking beer. Now this looks like your more traditional hazy, although it does look a little bit on the lighter side compared to the thickness that's coming out these days. And I welcome this. I don't like it thick. I want it something that's a little bit lighter in body. So on the nose, like white grape. It's almost like a white wine character. And I'm assuming that's the Hallertau coming through. Cashmere and Brew 1. Yeah, I'm getting the white grape like really, really in your face. And then lemon. A little bit of stone fruit too. A little bit of like peach skin. Nice nose. It's bright. It smells like it's gonna be juicy, so let's see if it is. Definitely an interesting taste. It leans more on the stone fruit than I think a lot of hazies do. Thin body again. This is a lighter bodied beer. I don't want to say thin, it's lighter. Compared to most hazies, this definitely drinks more like a regular IPA, a West Coast IPA. I was reading oats and wheat and pale malt and was thinking that we were going to get something a little bit more substantial in the body, and we didn't get that on this beer. Which isn't bad, it is what it is. And that white grape is coming through pretty substantially here on the taste too. You know, it's giving me those like Sauvignon Blanc vibes where it's like peach skin, lemon lime, you know, that white grape. And it's got like a little bit of bitterness on it too. Again, another very dry beer. Not sweet at all. I wouldn't call this sweet whatsoever. So yeah, it's an interesting beer. It's definitely not bad by any means. It's not what I was expecting. And maybe this is the trademark style of hazy IPA. I can imagine people that are drinking hazies all the time and then get something like this are maybe a little bit, disappointed, or it's not what they expected. But in terms of like the overall majority of craft beer drinkers, it's a very tasty beer. It's a very approachable beer. And again, it's light, it's bright, it's drinkable. It's something that can be drank very easily on a patio in the sun. So it plays very well for that type of occasion. There's a little bit of heat coming off of it. It's 8.2%, so it's not like that high. But I do, when I taste it, I get something that feels like alcohol heat, but it's not coming through in a big way. But it's something there that makes me feel like I'm drinking something that's a little bit more substantial, which I think isn't contributing to the experience. You know, I don't think that that's intended, or I don't think that that's like what I'm going for. Decent beer. I don't know if I'd get that one again, but I could see it being refreshing to a lot of people. All right, we are gonna move into beer number 4 here. And I'm really excited because I'm not a hazy IPA guy. So we just got into a couple beers that I probably wasn't gonna be embracing all that hard to begin with. Now we're moving into the West Coast. This is a West Coast single IPA, and we're gonna move into another West Coast, a West Coast double IPA after that. I'm very excited to try this beer. I've been seeing these beers canned, coming off the line, and getting sold around Long Beach, and I just haven't had a chance to get my hands on it. This, my friends, is Codebreaker West Coast IPA from Trademark Brewing. It is hopped with Cryo Simcoe Cryo Mosaic. It's got Pilsner malt and two-row malt, light in color, dry, and big on dank stone fruit. West Coast IPA is alive at Trademark Brewing. Man, that beer description couldn't have been more perfect for someone like me. Very excited. Expectations are high. Let's hope this lives up to it. And before I crack into it, again, just another cool label. It's a little subtle, just because it's got that dark background, but the colors really pop like in the light. It's got that like kind of rainbow holographic thing going on. Really neat. I'm trying to figure out what this is. It's like a tape deck. Codebreaker. It's some kind of machine with light bulbs, and it looks like an amplifier of some kind, or it's dope. It's dope. Whoever drew this, I don't know if it was, let's see, who's the artist on the can? I like this. This would be like a cool print to hang on the wall. No, I don't think it's on there. Whoever drew that had a good time doing it. All right, Bobman knows where it's at. West Coast IPAs over Hazy's. And I'll say, I am appreciating the fact that I'm not opening up cans of beer and they're exploding all over me. I ended last week just very sticky and sweet. I had to jump in the shower and rinse off after that one. Seawolf designed this can. Very nice. All right, on the pour. Crystal clear. Nice frothy head. Very active carbonation here. As I'm turning it, just the bubbles inside are doing like twisters and coming up and around. It's really neat. Love to see that. Love a beer that just kind of bubbles up right back in your face. And a very nice West Coast IPA nose. It's got like a little bit of the tropical, a little bit of like orange marmalade. Not over the top sweet. Grapefruit peel. A little bit of stone fruit. It smells like it's got a dankness to it, but you never know. You never know. All right, let's give it a try. I like the nose. This like big, thick pile of head is kind of like keeping the nose a little bit subdued. I need a better glass to kind of move it around. There's a little bit of like Flintstone vitamin thing going on, and normally when I say that I mean it in a like a negative way, but actually it's like very, very subtle, and it's a weird way to describe something that I'm actually enjoying combined with everything else. All right, let's drink this beer. Really dry, nice bitterness on this beer. Just Hampton, how's it going? Broxton Brew in the house. For anyone just tuning in, we are drinking 6 beers from Trademark Brewing out in Long Beach. We are on beer number 4 right now. And it is a West Coast IPA. We had a Hazy IPA, we had a Hazy Double IPA, and a Blonde Ale. So this is the West Coast IPA, nice and clear. Got that great color on it. It's like pale yellow. Yeah, I mean, the bitterness is on point. It's got a nice stone fruit component. It's got great orange grapefruit and kind of balance out that stone fruit. Minimal sweetness, extremely dry, light body. It's right where you want it to be, really. It's very good. I like this a lot. The dankness is, I think, not as kind of big and over the top than I was expecting. It's a little bit more like background, keeping everything in check, making sure shit doesn't get too sweet. But yeah, it's a nice beer. I would 100% get this again. Favorite beer of the tasting so far. Delish. I like that Codebreaker. Todd, who does sales from Trademark, was talking up the Codebreaker, and I have just, like I started, I had high expectations for it, and I'm so glad it pulled through. I'm so glad it pulled through. And I think I have another can or two left with me, and I may just hang on to one of those. Justin, that ABV was 7.1, I think. Oh, yeah, 7.2. 7.2. Conrad just cracked the Viking Blonde. Yeah, that's a good beer. I really like that. Ken Scooney says, need to head down to Long Beach. Yes, you and me both, brother. There's some great breweries down there. Some great beer, including Trademark. Trademark's great. Last time I was at Trademark was at the California Craft Brewers Association Summit. They were there in 2019. It was right after Trademark opened. Literally like right after they opened, and they like scrambled to get everything ready to host a bunch of events, and a lot of breweries from around the state. They did a fantastic job. Fantastic job. What up, Chase? How's it going, man? Nick says, need to do a hopped LA, but in Uber. All right. I mean, I think we're breaking a few laws there, but I'd be down. I haven't been in an Uber in a year or so I don't even know what that's like. Do I still have an account? I don't know. Mr. 2020 cracking that monkish, yo. All right. You drink your monkish. I'm going to drink my Trademark, all right? Howie Seller just joined. What's going on? Love what you're doing out there in San Gabriel, I think it is, or Monrovia, somewhere out there. I passed by one time. Looks like a good spot. Love your selection. Chase and Bruce just finished a double IPA from Slice, Moxa, and Urban Roots. Nice. I saw your story. Drank your first Hazy in a while. Nice. And I'm sure that was amazing. I'm sure it was good. We actually just announced or opened up for pre-sale the Batch 2 Hot Box. So that just opened up yesterday or today to the public, and we are bringing in a Moxa beer that I don't think it's that beer. I think they're doing like a rotating collab, and so the one that we're bringing in is the Moxa version that they collabed on with Slice and Urban Roots. And I don't know if it's Hazy. I think it is Hazy. But that's going to be in the box, so I'm super excited for that. Love Urban Roots, love Moxa, love Slice. Great IPA brewers. So yeah, that's going to be in the box. I'm excited for that. So if anyone wants to get in on the hot box, I'm going to peddle my wares here. I have to. We just released it. It's $99. It gets you 8 beers from 8 different breweries. And we did a custom shirt design that features the Glendale Tap. So we curated this box with Jimmy from the Glendale Tap. And we're doing a t-shirt design that really commemorates the awesomeness of the Glendale Tap. We'll be doing a podcast next week. We'll be doing a live tasting video that anyone who gets the box can kind of watch and watch on demand whenever they open up any of the beers. Me and Jimmy will be going through them. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. So that is on sale. Please support Hopped LA. These times are crazy for all the breweries and everyone in this industry, and for us too. So any support that you guys can give helps us keep this whole machine moving and covering the LA beer scene. So I'm going to quit peddling that now and get into beer number 5. So next up, we have a West Coast double IPA from Trademark Brewing, Max Attack. This is a throwback looking can. This is like Saved by the Bell vibes right here. Let's see, what do we got? 8.8% West Coast double IPA that's classic to the max. Retro flavors of pine and stone fruit with a peach and grapefruit aroma and a crispy dry finish. Music to my ears. Music to my ears. All right, and we got a nice kind of retro. Is that a cat or a dog? I think it's a dog. I don't know. It's ambiguous. Or a fox. Is it a fox? Wearing sunglasses on a hoverboard, cruising along. Let's crack this beer open, all right? Yes, Justin, link in bio. Yeah, actually, no, I didn't put it in the bio yet. Shit, I forgot. That's something I need to do. Should have done that. CS 3.4L or I. Oh man, made my first trip to Glendale Tap last week. Jimmy was the nicest guy and I left with plenty of beer. Yeah, Glendale Tap is awesome. Jimmy gets some awesome beer. So that's why for our first collab hot box, this is going to be a rotating collab. So we're going to be doing this with them and then we're going to move around to other beer spots, beer retailers, breweries that we really like and really want to support. So this is going to be with Glendale Tap. They're our first one. Really excited to do that. And if you go to hoppedla.com/hopbox, HOPBOX, one word, that's going to take you right to the page and you're going to be able to get to order that hot box. We're only doing pre-sales. You can't buy it after the fact. So please support Hopped LA and buy it. All right. Crack this open. Let's do it. Okay, we have a darker gold here, like kind of orangey gold. Darker beer than the last one. Really nice looking. This, and when they say classic West Coast double IPA, this is what I think about. This is exactly the color, the appearance, the head, the carbonation, the nucleation points that are coming up. This is the classic looking beer that I love. What's up, Hophead? And that classic nose too. Classic nose. It's a little sweet. And when I say classic nose, it's that malt sweetness is coming through. I don't think they talk much about the malt on this. No, they don't. Pine and stone fruit is really what we have on the can to work with. And so on the nose, you're getting brought back to maltier bodies. You know, sweeter malt character. It's not as dark as some of those more classic beers would be, but it definitely has that kind of like crystal malt sweetness on the nose. And then, yeah, it's resiny, it's piney. There's some citrus in it too. Nice classic nose. Well, I gotta try this beer. Cheers. Very classic. Honestly, maybe a little too classic for me personally, because it's got a big amount of malt sweetness. This has that like old school, maybe Stone, if you remember Stone IPAs, Stone and Joy Buys. This kind of brings me back to like the body and like malt character of like a Stone and Joy Buy from like back in the day. I haven't had any of it in like, 7 years or something, but the color is kind of there. It's a little bit lighter, but yeah, the malt sweetness, the malt character definitely brings me to like Enjoy By. It brings me to Palate Wrecker from Green Flash. And so the one thing that this beer or those beers have that this beer does not have is bitterness. Like this has bitterness, but like those beers were like huge, aggressive bitterness that are so dialed up because they have to balance out that malt sweetness. This beer has bitterness, but the malt sweetness really just washes over it. Which in my mind, I think is just a little bit underwhelming. Big orange flavor here. Hophead saying, I hate West Coast that taste super malty. Prefer the light color ones that are super juicy, almost of a hybrid. Yeah, so I mean, that's kind of like where the industry is right now, and which is why this beer specifically is like a throwback IPA. Like they're doing this intentionally to bring us back to what IPA was like, 10 years ago. I just think personally, I'm from LA, but my beer days, I kind of grew up in beer in San Diego. So my palate expects kind of a touch more bitterness on a beer like this. I think maybe other people wouldn't want that. I think bitterness is one of those things that in modern day craft beer drinkers is a little bit more controversial than it was back then, because everyone's so used to sweet, sweet, sweet and less bitter. So bitterness really turns people away. So that may be very intentional on the part of Trademark to kind of like keep bitterness very moderate. I don't want to say there's no bitterness here. Just like keep it moderate and just let the hops and the malt shine here. And that's what's going on. I mean, it's really cool. I really like throwback stuff. You know, whenever you get old, you think about what was cool when you were younger. And this is that kind of thing. It's nice. Yeah, I mean, I think I overstated the sweetness a little bit too, because it's really not that over the top. Like, it's big, and I think I was, in the beginning, first few sips of trying this beer, I was a little bit overtaken by it. But now, as I've had a few sips and I've settled into this beer, it's really not over the top. I'm actually finding it pretty drinkable and kind of pleasant. I don't know if I'd like go back to this one again, but I think for one can to try it out and try something different, I'd love to, share this with some craft beer drinkers that might be a little bit kind of earlier in their craft beer journey, and kind of show them what IPA used to taste like, because this is pretty cool. And that's the reason why I like doing this format, where I can take a little bit more time to take a few sips, have a little bit of conversation back and forth, come back to the beer, because the experience changes as you're drinking it. I used to do video reviews where it was like first impressions, and then I would like just, okay, I'm done with this beer, let's move on to the next, and first impression videos. And it's like, you kind of have to like take a beer down multiple sips, and also like over time, and let it like warm up a little bit, and just experience how that beer changes and how your palate adapts to the beer too. Because I'm coming from blonde IPA, double IPA, West Coast IPA, now that West Coast double IPA, you kind of have to adapt a little bit to each of these. And at first it may be like kind of a palate shocker. You're like, oh wow, this is way too sweet. But then as I'm sitting in it, it's sweet for sure, but it's like, I kind of like it. I see what's going on here, and I'm all about it, actually. I'm all about it now. My favorite still is the last one, but for a throwback, very pleasant, very enjoyable. Nice. All right, that was beer number 5. We only have one left. Shit goes by fast, huh? Abner Nusares, I'm from Brazil, no speak English, I'm homebrew. Welcome, man. Welcome, man. I don't know if we can communicate, but I'm glad to have you. Pellaman's popping open that beach retreat. Oh, man, if I had one of those. That sounds so good. The Beechwood and Pizza Port collab that came out today or yesterday. Love those guys. So good. All right, guys. So we're going to jump into beer number 6. Mega Man podcast page just joined. What's going on, dude? Happy Friday. We're drinking some Trademark Brewing beers. Get Toasty. Coconut Porter. 5.6%. This is a beer I've had my eye on since they released it a couple months back. Really cool, classic can design. Get Toasty with that kind of like wood background. Very nice. If I had to guess the designer of this can, it would be Nick Longo. But I don't know. It kind of feels like Longo vibes here. Mega Man Trademark Brewing is 2 minutes away from my place. Nice. So you know it well. Hopefully you've had this one. Good beer. Yeah, you've had it. It's 2 4-packs. All right. Pello Man saying Handy Market got it today. The Pizza Port Beachwood collab. Nice. I'll look out for it for sure. It's hard to buy beer these days. Like, you know, just random one-off beers when I'm usually like planning for this show or planning for like other content things. B. Einhorn. Beer numero dos. Drinking Pseudo Sue. Nice, man. That's a great beer. I haven't had that one in a long time. I had King, Double Dry Hop King Pseudo a month ago, and that was fucking cool. But definitely a different beer than Pseudo Sue. Pseudo Sue's great. Okay, guys, let's get into the final beer of the tasting. I'm excited for this one. Let's do it. All right, next up we have Get Toasty. This is a coconut porter from Trademark Brewing. 5.6%. Get warm and toasty with flavors of cacao, caramel, and toasted coconut with a silky smooth, roasty, toasty body. All right. Silky chocolate charmer. This is what I like to see. Great way to conclude a tasting with a delicious sounding beer like this. Yeah, big fan of coconut porters. You know, Maui Brewing being kind of like the standard that was set, that was easily available. So I really like, you know, that style. I love coconut. I like porters. Put that together, you got a nice beer. Mega Man says, Trademark Brewing is one of my top 5 breweries in the West Coast. Wow. That's some praise. I love that. Love it. Drink local, man. 3054. Started with Revision, Reno as fuck, and now drinking Mind Circus by Russian River. Drink that good beer. Drink that good beer. What's up, Green Flash Bry? Mega Man's going back to Trademark tomorrow. You already have 2 4-packs. You need more beer? You need more? What are you going to get? Comment in. Let me know what you're picking up tomorrow. All right, Fernie Pad just opened a Pineapple Socks and Sandals by Humble Sea. Man, Humble Sea's killing it and really hitting this LA market hard. They have a bunch of SKUs down here now. Crazy. Abner Nunzares. I'm drunk. You know enough English to say you're drunk. And that's all you need to know. Okay, let's crack open this Get Toasty Coconut Porter. Ooh. It looks nice. Just a little bit of like foam that came up. It looks like dessert. And I'm down for it. Low ABV beer. Low ABV beer. I like to pour it aggressively. I like a lot a frothy head on this. 5.6%. And just a beautiful looking beer. It's pretty jet black. I mean, no, in the light I'm getting kind of that like kind of amber colors near the edges, but it's pretty dark brown. This is a pretty dark brown with a nice mid-tone brown head. Just like tan, very nice looking frothiness here. It's like a cappuccino, a little mocha coffee. And let's get the nose. Whew. Wonderful nose. Coconut's coming through, but not in a big way. Chocolate for sure. Little coffee roast. It smells like it's like, the words coming to my mind is like silky smooth, but that's not an aroma. So I don't know what I smell that gets my mind to go there, but that's where my mind is going. As I'm sniffing more, I'm getting a little bit more coffee. Yeah, and that's basically, it's like chocolate coffee, tiny bit of coconut. Let's give it a whirl. Very nice. I mean, this is why beers like this exist at 5.6% or whatever it is. It's just so drinkable. Like, this isn't like obliterating your palate. This isn't getting you all fucked up at 17%. Like, this is a beer that gives you those dessert-like flavors. It gives you that chocolate. It gives you that really kind of like light coffee cream, like the crema on the top of an espresso. And the coconut is like, it's not one of those like pastry stout coconut bombs. This coconut, it's earthy in its background. You know, it's toasted, so it's giving you a little bit more like nuttiness than it is giving you like sweet artificial coconut. So whereas like a pastry stout might be like more like almond joy, this is going to be more like kind of earthy, going to be more giving you like a little bit of like almost nuttiness, like sweet nuttiness, which is really cool when it comes to that porter. Like that chocolate, that light body, drinks very, it just drinks bright. For a dessert beer, it drinks bright. So I know for me personally, sometimes at the end of the night, you want that dessert beer. And so in my cellar, I have a bunch of pastry stouts that are like 15% and just over the top with adjuncts. But a lot of times, you know, if you've had like dinner before that, if you had a few beers before that, it's a little much on like your appetite, like on your stomach. You don't want to have that like bloated gut feeling. You want something that's going to drink like somewhat lighter, and actually be something that you're going to enjoy. Because I don't know about you guys, but for me personally, when I go with too big of a beer, too sweet, too much alcohol, at the end of a session, after a meal, after a bunch of beers, it's just too much. It's not enjoyable. And so this is the type of beer that you can savor and enjoy after all that, because it's light. It's got that lower ABV, it's got that lighter body, but it's got all those rich chocolate, cocoa, coffee, nutty flavors that you really, really want in a dessert style beer. And also I think I've been kind of pigeonholing this beer a little bit as like a dessert style beer because it is the last beer in my tasting, and kind of like my mind is mentally going more dessert. But this can be a beer that you drink in the middle of the day. This can be an awesome breakfast beer. This could really kill it as like a 10:30 in the morning. It's Sunday. I don't have much to do today, so let me start the day off with like a little bit of like a roasty, toasty, delicious dark beer. That's not gonna like mess up your day at 5.6%. Like this is a great opportunity for that. So yeah, I mean, I think I really like this beer for a lot of different reasons. And I'm just gonna jump straight into what I typically do as like I will go back into a recap before I finish this off. But again, very delicious beer from Trademark Brewing. Get Toasty Coconut Porter. Yeah, really, really good. I highly recommend checking this out. Delicious beer. So for anyone just joining in, this is a Trademark Brewing. So as I typically conclude all of these tastings, I ask you guys, for anyone that's been watching, that's been looking at what I've been drinking and how I've been reacting, please comment in. What do you think my favorite beer was? Which beer would I always like to choose one beer that I can drink for the rest of the night, because it's only 8 p.m., but I'm gonna finish one of these, at least one of these. Which beer is it gonna be? If you know me, if you've listened to how I describe these beers, which beer do you think I'll choose? Honestly, I'm a little bit up in the air. I don't know exactly which one it's gonna be yet, but I'm going to sip on the Blonde Ale. So I'll rule that one out right now. And I'll sip on the Blonde Ale for just a sec while I contemplate which one it's gonna be. And so I know over that last rundown, I missed a ton of comments. My man Mega Man is just active as fuck here. I can't even go back that far. I love it, man. I love it. Hope you're feeling good. Just to kind of come back around, please also comment in and let me know which one I'm gonna pick, and then also comment in what beer are you drinking now, because it's probably different than the beer you told me when we first started this thing. We're coming up on 1 hour here, which is right where I like to end it. Mega Man saying City of Heroes is all day drink. I agree, man. That you could drink all day. Super light. I don't know. I don't like calling it a hazy IPA personally. That doesn't mean it's bad. Ilana saying Codebreaker. Britt saying Porter. Botman saying Codebreaker. Casey saying Porter. Fernie saying Porter. Justin saying that IPA, which I'm thinking is Codebreaker. Mega Man saying City of Heroes. All right, man. So yeah, we're definitely split between the two. Codebreaker is definitely up there, and it's tied with Get Toasty. So I have to do Codebreaker one last time just to kind of convince myself. And I need to make sure. I think this is right. What's up, OC Brew Girl? How's the OC scene going? Need to get down there. Love and Radiant these days. Gotta say, Love and Radiant beer cup. All right, Codebreaker. I like this nose. It's nice. Okay. Which is the weirdest thing possible, going between a West Coast IPA and a coconut porter, but I'm just gonna do it. I mean, it's my live stream, I can do it, right? Damn. That's a hard one. As a hophead, I have to go IPA. You know, this is the one that, 9 times out of 10, if I'm choosing throughout the week, I'm picking a West Coast IPA. I have a couple porters in like kind of dessert style porters. I have this one from Indy that's like a Whoppers porter. It's like a nut porter or something like that. I don't even know what's in it. But I haven't touched it in a long time. It sounds great and I would love to have it, but I'm so obsessed with the West Coast IPA that I just always drink the West Coast IPA. So West Coast Codebreaker West Coast IPA is the beer that I'm going to finish drinking with a smile on my face the rest of the night. And you know what? Maybe I'll drink the Get Toasty as well. Who knows? It's only 8 p.m. But yeah, very delicious tasting from Trademark Brewing Company. Thank you guys so much for sending up some beers. It had been so long since I drank them, and this is such a nice introduction to what Trademark is in 2021, because I hadn't had you guys since those early days, and so this is really cool. For anyone who hasn't tried Trademark, please give them a try. This beer's really, really cool, and they're doing a good job. Their can art is legit, and please go down to Long Beach and check them out in person. Hopefully they're doing the on-site dining, like socially distanced and stuff, because it's a really cool space. But support your local brewery, support Trademark, try their beer. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been a blast, as always. Justin, good to see you on this, man. Mega Man, thanks for tuning in. Good to see you. Alana, thank you so much. Cheers. Fernie Pad, good to see you, man. Botman, thank you for tuning in. And Trademark says, don't be shy. New West Coast IPA this week. Music to my ears. I cannot wait. Cool. Hopefully it gets distributed up into LA, but if not, I'm overdue for a Long Beach trip. I'll see you guys soon. Peace out.